to the Platypus Facts and Hacks. And I'm going to just jump straight into the content now, but I'm really excited tonight because with our lineup, we can all channel our inner Angela and learn how to hack in 1 hour with John's talk on binary exploitation. But firstly, we're going to have Skuro, who is a fellow platypus, who's going to tell us all about his new tool, Subdominator, and how you can use it for instant notifications on new subdomain registrations. So I'm going to just go ahead and pass it over to Skuro.
Cool. Hey guys, welcome to Platypus Facts. Thanks for coming and sorry for the technical difficulties. Quick shout out to Brianna for organizing this and for the last stressful half hour of her life. So because it's random platypus facts, I thought I'd start with a random fact. Did you know that platypuses, or platypodes, actually don't use their sight or smell that much for hunting? They use electric signals and magnetic waves, which is pretty cool because us as hackers love to use magnetic signals and electric waves. But enough random shit. Let's start the presentation. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can see my screen here. So a bit about me. My name's Skorov. Real name's Alexei. Hacker, pen tester, although I'm doing less of that now, unfortunately. But we'll soon change that. And I'm going to talk about Internet Weapon Subdominator. So I made this essentially because, as a bug bounty, we want to get those new subdomains as quick as possible. So it's really a race against other people. You're competing against other people. So I made this, and what it does in a nutshell is it uses different modules to search the interwebs for new subdomains. So let's say, and we'll see this in a second, but let's say I want to find all uber.com subdomains, and I register uber.com, a new domain pops up, maybe a staging domain that they released by accident or some new content, and when this runs, it'll find the new subdomain and actually send you a notification through Pushbullet. If you're not sure what Pushbullet is, have a Google. But basically, it's a phone app as well as a browser extension to get notifications. Before we dive into it, the most important thing: credit where credit's due. This whole idea was inspired by Shubs and his tool Asset Note. He does a very similar thing with this, except using pushover and with a web interface. I personally wanted to use Pushbullet because I use it for about 5 different other things, and also wanted something a bit lighter, so more command line driven. But yeah, still the idea was originally his, so good on you, mate. Also, thanks to Abulela and the tool Sublister. It's a pretty awesome tool. Won't talk about it too much, but check it out. I've got a module that uses it, and it's done a lot of work for me, so that's awesome. All right, let's dive straight in. It's all going to be demo, no slides. I like to avoid slides where I can. So here, I want to cheat and delete this. We don't need that. Let's get rid of that. All right, cool. So we've got this instructions on the GitHub on what to do to set it up. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go into config.py, make sure this is all good. Yeah, this is all good. You don't want to change this to suit your own settings. Kill that. Go to, actually, before I go that, let's have a look at the modules, how they're set up. So all the modules are in the modules folder, pretty obvious. And you can write your own modules for this. I've made it purposefully pretty easy to do that. So you'll want to inherit from the SD module base file class. And I've given you an example here. So if you want to make your own module, I've given this. It's got comments everywhere, which is always helpful. Just an example of what your module could look like. So you'd probably want to override the get subdomains, and run functions. And this is essentially whatever you want it to do. So this is do stuff, and it could be something like virus. Check out virus total and get your subdomains from there, which is exactly what this does. It could be go and search SSL certificates for subdomains. It could be go and search Google, Bing, ThreatCrowd. There's so many resources out there to find subdomains. I'll leave the good ones to you. Even if you've got some super secret one that you don't want to reveal to the world, you can simply write your own module, chuck it in this folder, and off you go. The good thing about these as well is they're standalone scripts, so you can actually run these on their own to get some results. But let's fire up Subdominator. First things first, it's going to set up the database. Yep, all good. Now it's going to tell you we need to do stuff. So obviously we need a push bullet key so we can get notifications. We'll go push keys. You can set up your own account. I've got a little guide in the GitHub, but basically this is my little test account. You can copy this access token and just go add key. All right, all good. That's added. We go back, and obviously we want to enable modules. If they're not enabled, nothing happens. So here we've got two. You probably want to enable sublister because it's pretty awesome. This just looks at all different online resources. Doesn't do any brute force. I'll probably write another module for the brute force part of sublister, but this will just look at various resources for new subdomains. But for now, we're just going to use virus total for the demo, and here you can set it to run daily, hourly, monthly, weekly. I'm just going to put hourly. All right, so that's enabled. Cool. We've got some things set up. Lastly, of course, we want to subscribe to some domains. So we'll go in here, add domain. Let's do uber.com. Cool. Now, the first time we subscribe, it's actually going to run the modules that you've enabled and get a base list of subdomains. These aren't going to be notified, obviously. You don't want to get spammed with 100 notifications. So we'll just wait for that to finish. You can also list, the domain, and it gives you a nice list of everything that's found so far. That's all we've got so far. We'll go back, and that's really all there is to it for the setup. So once you're done, exit, and every hour that's going to run. So for the purposes of demo, I'll go into the database from cool. I'll just delete the last entry. Okay. So that should be gone. Yep, that's gone. All right. Now we wait an hour for the script to run. Nah, just kidding. We'll go to modules, and I'll just run it artificially. So we're going to run virus total. It's going to go ahead and look for the new subdomains. Cool. Found. And you can see up here, we get this notification. I have it on my mobile as well. It's a different account, so it's not going to show up there. Otherwise, I'll show you. But yeah, notification. Now this is probably going to pop up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So be prepared to wake up and find those vulns. Get some mad bug bounties. And that's really all there is. Please, if you want to do a pull request, feel free to do so. If you want to write a module for it, I'm more than happy to integrate it. If you think it's shit and just want to tell me, feel free to tell me that as well. I won't cry too much. There's my Twitter handle, or just through GitHub, or even just the Platypus channel. Probably the best way is to get in touch with me. Yeah, that's it from me. Thanks, guys, and enjoy the next presentation.